Want to help your baby talk sooner but feel like you're stuck? In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 things I want you to stop doing to help your baby speak sooner. Many times, parents have friends and relatives and grandparents who tell them, just talk to your baby more. And sometimes they are right, talking to your baby more does help. But after a while, it can just become background noise. Your baby starts to tune you out and not pay attention. So I'm going to give you some strategic pauses that I want you to use to grab baby's attention and bring baby back into the conversation. So the second stop that I want you to stop doing is, and this is a tough one for a lot of parents because we think it's so cute and so funny that the next thing you know, we wind up doing it, is to stop repeating bad words. If your baby says a word that doesn't make sense and is not the right word, your baby's trying to say water and your baby's saying wah wah, stop repeating that word. Instead, oh, you want your water? Yes, here is your water. Drink your water, enjoy your water. That's it. Stop repeating bad words. Otherwise, your baby will actually think that that's the correct way to say that word and continue to repeat and say it that way. The next thing you know, you're saying it that way, dad's saying it that way, grandma's saying it that way, and everyone's just running around saying words that only the family understands, and people outside of the family have no clue what your baby's talking about. So the next thing I want you to stop doing is to stop talking so fast. You're not making a YouTube video. Sometimes talking really fast just confuses baby, where you're just narrating, you're going on and on and on, and after a while, it just becomes background noise. Baby tends to tune you out, and the next thing you know, you've been sitting there having a full-blown conversation with your baby, but only you have been talking for 30 minutes, and your baby has not said a single word. So now that I've given you a couple of things to stop doing, how about things that you should do? The first thing is use verbal routines. What is a verbal routine, you ask? Great question. Verbal routines are routines where you're repeating the same 2 or 3 words over and over and over again. A great verbal routine is ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. That's a fantastic verbal routine, and what you can do is do the ready, set, and then you wait for it. There's that pause I was talking about earlier where you wait for it and now see if you can prompt your baby to actually say the word go. Another routine that I like to use with parents and encourage parents to use is functional words. Functional words are you taking this and you're showing baby exactly what you're doing, and you're saying put on, and you're using 2 words in combination where you're just saying put on. Or you have something you're putting into something else. You can say put in, take off, top on, top off, just those 2-word combinations. And if your baby is already saying 2-word combinations, then you can accelerate it to 3-word combinations to where you are just slightly ahead of where your baby is. Another technique that works really well when it comes to language development is to get down on baby's level to where you are face to face on the ground or sitting on a chair on the couch with baby, level with baby, so that baby can see the way your mouth is moving and model that movement. If you slow things down, exaggerate your words, use wide, open-mouthed postures, and get your baby to really be in tune and paying attention to what it is that you're doing with your mouth, as you're moving your lips, your baby will begin to pick up those techniques and start imitating. So the next technique that you can use with your baby to get them talking sooner is what's called Onomatopoeia. Now that's quite a mouthful. What it means is using a sound that kind of explains the word that you're talking about. For example, a snake hisses and you're making a hissing sound, or the truck crashes, or something like a cat meow, and using words, using animal sounds, the lion roars. Using words like that are a great way to stimulate some sound making for your baby, and it also helps to work those oral motor muscles. Finally, don't forget to make fun faces. Do the silly things with your face and see if you can get your baby to imitate those facial expressions. These are going to help to exercise those oral motor muscles. Doing things like a big smile, or puffing your mouth out, sticking your tongue out. A lot of times when you're doing these silly little things, you might discover that, okay, maybe your baby possibly has a tongue tie. I might have to make a whole lot of video about that because you were doing this with your baby and you realize your baby can't do it, or your baby's tongue only goes to one side or the other, or your baby is not even really able to stick their tongue out of their mouth, and now you've opened up a lot more avenues where you can have a conversation with baby's dentist and be able to uncover some things that you may not have otherwise known. So make silly faces, stick the tongue out at your baby, and exaggerate the way you're talking, exaggerate your facial expressions.